I think I might be live. Hello, Zen Friends. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I come back on to finish out all the readings from this morning. You'll see in the description box of the video will be the list of all the readings that I'm going to complete in the order in which I will complete them. And then after I'm done with the stream, I will post a pinned comment that will list the all the readings, plus the timestamps. So you can click on it and go directly to your reading. Excuse me. So that's how it will work. There is no chat. I'm not taking any new questions. I will be back next Friday. I'm on Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and Saturday and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you'd like to join me then for new questions. Also, Thursday nights, we get together with YouTube channel members. So if you'd like to join us then, we have a 2, 3, sometimes 4-hour session. I have 2 levels, Zen Cricket $2.99 a month, Praying Mantis $7.99 a month. And all that information is down in the description box if you're interested in that. Yeah. So I think that's all the skinny. We'll get into the readings. I'm going to use the Naked Heart Tarot. Continue to use that. It's a beautiful deck. So we'll be using that. We'll start off with donations. Those take a little longer. And then when we get into the free readings, those are just 1 to 2 cards. So those move a little faster. So hang in there and buckle up because here we go. All right. So we'll start off here. SUDESHNA GHOSH, you are up. Thank you so much for all your multiple donations today. You do have a few more. I'll add timestamps as we go through those. But I will do them in order here. So we'll start off here. The first one in this session anyway. Thank you so much again for all your multiple donations. You want to know, what is your past life karma and what effect will it have in this life? All right. Let me take a sip of coffee here because we'll talk a little bit about karma first before we pull cards. Some nice hot coffee, yum, yum. So karma, the way humans understand it and have kind of shared it, isn't quite accurate. Because karma kind of is presented as, because of an experience I had in this lifetime, I build up karmic debt, and this stuff rolls over into their lifetime and impacts me, and I have to go through this. I have to balance out everything. And the way Spirit explained it to me is we are more like explorers. We're very curious beings. And let's say I'm a slave owner in one lifetime. I don't have to be a slave in another lifetime to make up for it or to pay off karmic debt or anything. But out of my curiosity, because I want to see it from another perspective, I want to see it from the perspective of being a slave. Then also as a townsperson who doesn't have a slave and isn't one, and they get to see it from this way. Also someone over here, the spouse of a slave owner that doesn't believe in slaves, someone that's trying to free slaves. We're going to see it from all these different perspectives. Even someone who believes in slaves that doesn't have one, we're going to experience it, and we want to see it from all these different perspectives because we are so curious and we want to understand it. So when we look at, like, what's my past life karma, it's more asking, what's my past life experience and the emotions that I felt in that lifetime through those experiences, and what knowledge did I glean? All of that comes in. And past life, we can actually say other life, because there is no real time in spiritual energy. There's more groups of experiences that are put together, because we can look across and experience many lifetimes all at the same time. And then we're like, I'm done with that. Now I want to experience all these lifetimes. And so you can kind of look at it as time is not linear. To humans, we think it is, but it really isn't. So when we look at other lifetimes, we can look at, look at it as that there's experiences I have in other lifetimes that I bring in to this lifetime. One, because I want to be able to have my different perspectives as I'm going through something. So, like if I go through this life as a, let's say, as a victim of something, maybe I was the perpetrator of that in another lifetime. Now I'm seeing the other side of it because I want to, not because I have to. Or I was a victim in another lifetime. In this lifetime, I'm a perpetrator. What? I know. What we do want all sorts of experiences, because in spirits, spirit's perspective, there is no right or wrong, good or bad, worse or better. There's just different experiences with different outcomes and different results, and so it's a little different. But we do have lifetimes where we want to experience what it might feel like if there was karmic debt. Like if I wanted to believe in a lifetime, like I got so much to make up for. Well, that's an experience, and that's all right. It may not be true, but we're going to experience it. Christianity, they wanted to experience, what does it feel like to feel like you're a sinner who needs forgiveness? Spirit creators of unconditional love. There's no sacrifices that need to be made. I know I might open a can of worms, but these are the perspectives we wanted to experience, even if they're not true. We want to believe it, we're going to experience it, and that's fine. Everyone gets to experience what they want, right? So, what we'll do here with all of that, I get that that's good for everything, even like curses. Curses are not real. Karma, all this. Um, if I believe that I have to have karmic debt and things are going to happen to me to make up for it, guess what? My energy invites it in to happen. Same with a curse. If someone goes, I'm going to curse you, it doesn't have any impact on us unless I'm like, I'm going to curse you and you're going to get sick. And we're like, someone cursed me and I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. And then I get sick and I'm like, oh my God, they're powerful. No, they convinced me to use my energy to get sick. And so I did. If I believe it and I focus energy on it, I grow it and draw it to me, right? So we don't have to believe all that if we don't want to. But if we want that experience, more power to you. This part of my life, I don't want to believe in all that stuff. All right. So we'll look in here, and what we'll ask is, what is a past life experience that they want you to know about, of which you are, it's influencing this lifetime of yours, um, because of that, wanting to see things from a different perspective, or some knowledge from a past lifetime that you wanted to bring in. So that's what we'll look at, with all of that said. And I feel like that was for more than just you and me. All right, let's see what else we have here. All right. Let's put these cards over here. All right. Now, the bottom of the deck, you have the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands, King of Fire. So, in a past lifetime, you were in a position of authority. It could be, I kind of feel like this energy more, not so much as like a king, but more as a tribal leader. I am getting energy of like, I feel like more in South Africa, kind of energy. And this does go back, uh, I feel, because I'm feeling like, uh, when Britain was in South Africa in the beginning, they were trying to colonize it, but you weren't around there, not in that area. You were more isolated and further away, where there were tribal wars going on. I feel like that. I feel more, not really mid, but mid to north in the African continent, if that resonates. But in this position, um, you were the one that had to make decisions. You were the one that was, bringing in new ideas, and um, because of all the change that was happening in the South, it was causing a lot of migration to the North, and you had to deal with a lot of things with all that. You had the Innocence of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. This need of giving and receiving. Now you were your tribe was more well off. You guys had plenty. You had plenty of crops, and the area you lived in had a lot of abundance of animals, and so you had the food, you had the shelter, the you had the protection, and so a lot of the people that migrated, you took them in to the tribe and allowed them to become part of the tribe, which caused a lot of challenges because everyone had different beliefs from different tribes and different places that came in, and it was about learning from each other, but also making sure that your long held beliefs and traditions were also maintained. So there was a lot of turbulence that you had to deal with on trying to get a lot of people with different perspectives and a lot of fear going on to get them calmed down. So you had a lot of this convincing the tribe that we have enough and let's help these people. Some other people, like big groups of a tribe, you would tell them you can go this place and there's a good place to settle, but we can't have you all here. There's too many of you. But the ones that were stragglers you took on like an island of misfit toys, if you ever saw that Christmas movie. Yeah, so there was a lot of death and rebirth. There was a lot of illness and sickness and other things that was happening during this time. And so there was a lot of struggle, a lot of dealing with a lot of drama from this past life. But stepping in authority, making the tough decisions, doing that kind of thing, and dealing with a lot of conflict with the Five of Swords. Um, and so you had a lot of growth experience. You made some decisions that maybe didn't do so well, and I feel like there was um, a lot of challenges. But in the end, I love this that you have the Magician and the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is like an abundance, a fullness, and the Magician card is about your energy and keeping everybody focused on what was important about loving one another. What if that was you? What if this was us? What if we had to move and go somewhere? Wouldn't we want people to help us out? Let's be that because we can be that. And I just feel like there was this, you rolled with a heart, a huge heart, but also with that King of Wands with a lot of firmness too, because you wouldn't, take all that. Yeah. So there was some, things that weren't um fulfilled with it, because the Three of Swords is like expectations equal disappointment, and I feel like there was loss, and there was people you love that died because of disease, because of all these different people coming in. There was some diseases they brought from the south, and because of some of your decisions, there was loss, but um, it's like you learned from it and you accepted it. And I like all this energy coming in of excuse me, I feel like the big energy they want you to bring into this lifetime with is wow, right? Like, look what I did back then, the leadership I had, even though I feared things and I went, I had to make tough decisions that went against what people wanted, and there was loss and there was repercussions from some of my decisions, but in the end, it was this abundance that brought in, and people, even though there was some, hurt from some people's loved ones dying, in the long run, they understood. And I feel like you learn so much through it all, but I feel like a big piece of all this is stepping into your power, realizing, wow, I've got lifetimes where I have accomplished so much. Um, and there are other lifetimes where you did feel abandoned and left behind, in other lifetimes where that energy came in to you, helping you make those decisions in that lifetime of, I know what it's like to be abandoned and left behind and rejected, and there's no room for you in the end, like Jesus Mary and uh, Joseph and Mary, the biblical story, right? So I feel like that's one of the big pieces, and there's so much that we have below the surface that, especially in this year, last year we got like a 1% more increase into our subconscious, which our subconscious has one of the tunnels to the Akashic records, where we have our other lifetime um, experiences and emotions and knowledge. We have access to all that. This year, every month, we have like 1% more, 1% more, because this is a huge year of transformation of humanity. So be aware of all that. And let's see what your fortune cookie is for this. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Just that empowerment. Wow. Such a leader. Yeah, I love this. Your fortune cookie is I prioritize raising my vibration. Stay optimistic and make a conscious decision to raise your vibration by focusing on positivity, even in the dark and difficult times. That's what you learned in that past lifetime. Your heightened vibration will then attract more light, happiness, and positive opportunities and experiences. You can't make it up. I love it. All right. So that's what they have for that one for you, Sudeshna. So many blessings to you. All right. And then CultureNV, you are up. Thank you for your uh, additional donation earlier in the earlier session. And for this one, thank you for this donation. You've been dealing with a lot of crappy behavior from other people of all kinds, all walks of life, family and acquaintances and strangers, etc. How can you flip this so people know not to mess with you? Interesting. All right. Let's take a look here. See what Spirit wants you to know around this situation here. All right. Got those. Okay. Let's underline. Okay. I get it. Excuse me. I ate and now I'm phlegmy again. I'm so sorry. My pipes will clear up here in a minute. Because I had some nachos. So I had cheese, allergies. Not good for allergies. But does bread is Zen care? No. Nachos are too good, right? Sorry. Drooling a little because of that cough drop. All right. So now this is going to get a little deep, so buckle up. So culture envy, you have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom, which is about seeing our worth in relationship to other people in a different way. And you're like, okay, what has that got to do with other people treating me crappy? Well, in life, we go through the experience of how when we feel like things are happening to us. This person's doing this to me. This person's doing this to me. This person's doing this to me, right? Which is why we feel like that's crappy behavior. You're treating me crappy. You're treating me crappy. You're treating me crappy. When in actuality, everyone's a mirror. You can imagine going into like a restroom, right? A public restroom, at least here in the United States, right? And they've got these big mirrors. People, wash your hands, you're seeing yourself, and it's just mirrors all across the entire thing, right? And you walk into this restroom and someone's going, "You're crappy. Can't believe you're crappy," but they're pointing in the mirror at themselves. And we're like, what's going on? But that's what life is. And so when we feel like other people are doing things towards us, it's because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And individuals are doing things in the outside world that will show us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. Not that you're being crappy to other people. We look deeper than that. It's like, why? What's my reaction to other people? Me perceiving other people treating me this way? Because in the outside world, people just do things or don't do things, say things or don't say things. And it just is until it gets in here. Then we put a story to it. That action is crappy because somewhere in our little that we grew up with, we were taught when people treat me that way, that means they think I'm not worthy of better treatment. That comes into this worth, right? They are treating me in a way I that I feel I'm worthy of being treated better. Well, up here we think we have an expectation we should be treated better, but down below in the subconscious world, we don't believe we should be treated better. That's where the conflict comes in. And when it comes from the outside world, because our inner child wants to bring in stuff in the outside world to bring it to us, because our little inner child's holding on to this big hot potato called treat me crappy, because you were treated crappy when you were younger. And you have a belief by seeing other people treat other people crappy and accepting it, being treated crappy and being told you better accept this, that I have to. But our little inner child goes, "This is a stinky, crappy hot potato, and I'm tired of holding on to it. So I'm going to bring in things in the peripheral into your life to the extent that you cannot look past this any longer. Where when you have this much, where you're like, what the hell is happening? I got all these people from all these different family acquaintances, friends, strangers, people at work, whatever, customers. You're like, why is everyone treating me crappy? Oh, this is for me. They're all putting on these performances to show me what I want to see about myself. So with this Ace of Pentacles on the bottom, there is this important energy to understand that and to go, okay, this is not happening to me. This is happening for me. So rather than go, these people are treating me this way, go, there's thoughts and beliefs in here that are crappy towards myself, most likely. Because when other people treat me crappy, um, and you really can get into what does that mean? Like if someone treating me crappy means someone's saying you're stupid, or let's just start with that one. Like someone goes, "You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about." If I believe somewhere within me that I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm talking about, that bothers me. If I don't believe it, then it doesn't bother me. I'm just like, who's stupid now? You are stupid for thinking I'm stupid. Whatever, you know. If it's not defensive, someone walks up to me and says, I don't think you're lovable. If I believe that, that's going to bother me. If someone walks up to me and goes, I think you're an alien from another planet, I'm like, well, maybe there's some truth there. No. This lifetime, I'm not. So it wouldn't bother me. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Ha ha ha. You know, so getting into the crappy beliefs that are believing their crappy behavior means something about me is really what I feel a lot of it is coming in. Let's see what these other cards are here for you too, because you've got the Two of Swords and the Spirit of Cups. Yeah, the battle between the heart and mind and the balancer of the heart and mind coming in here. So there is the mind going, what? That's stupid. That you should not be treating me this way, and the heart going, I think that I kind of believe some of what they say and is true because of the past. So there's this battle going on the inside that is reflected out into the conflict of the outside world. Underlying energy, yeah, the Judgment card. They are trying to help you transform, help you see things from a higher perspective. And so these things are coming up not to make your life miserable and to give you a hard time and to point fingers or judge or whatever. This is happening for you. So these triggers come up that have been down there functioning all this time, impacting you all your life since that these things that happened when you were younger, usually 7 years old and younger emotionally, rippling out in your life, repeating until it's become so much like because the inner child is down in the cellar, having been put down there by our brain, going, no, you can't express these emotions anymore. So it's down there banging on the pipes, getting louder and louder because it wants to be heard. So your inner child will, like I said, bring those situations into the outside world. In the beginning, seeing other people go through things, coming into our dreams, showing it there. And then when that isn't loud enough, then they'll start having it impact us directly. They just ease into it. And eventually, most humans, we need that. We need it right here going, oh, you mean this? I need to deal with this. And that's what's happening here. It's happening for you to release some of this old crap. You have the Earth Mother. Yep. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And what's underneath that? The Ten of Pentacles. I feel like Ten of Pentacles is, in this case, is a relationship energy, and this has to do with your mother's relationships. And I feel like you learned a lot from how your mother allowed other people to treat them. That's part of that when you were like what you experienced when you were young, but what you saw people go through and what they would accept. I feel like you really, your mom really, whatever this divine feminine energy is, really um, allowed people to treat them like crap. So, and you saw that and you go, oh, you're supposed to let people treat you crappy, right? Like, I know with me, my mom had a lot of fear around being cheated on because my dad had cheated on her when they were younger. And so she had a lot of that. And I feel like you probably did a lot throughout their 20-year marriage or so before they divorced. But I grew up feeling her feelings and witnessing, fear being cheated on. And when I feared being cheated on, what did I do? I drew that in, right? Until over and over again, until I saw what I needed to see, right? And so this crappiness is coming in so that you can see it, so you can release it, and you can be free from it. And I'm so glad I'm free from all that crap, All right, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, you have the Naked Heart. A lot of motion, the Four of Wands. Again, marriage is energy, a lot of emotional energy. This is joy energy around marriage, and the Six of Swords. I like this, leaving behind old ways of thinking to move to new ways of thinking. And I like this. This is like you're going through all this. Why? So that you can have a happy heart and that you can have relationships that that aren't crappy. You can have a marriage that is not crappy. And so that's important to be able to let go of these old thoughts and beliefs that don't serve anymore. So, something that I shared earlier, which might help here, because it's like, well, how do I do this? How do I flip this around? It's if you've ever heard of Byron Katie, it's Byron is her first name, and then Katie is her last name was what she goes by. She has a YouTube channel, but she also has a free website called The Work, just TheWork.com. She's got a free Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, a great book called Loving What Is. But it was transformational for me when I came across her because it allowed me to take specific situations, put it on paper, and then there's turnarounds that allow me to flip it so that I can see things differently. Because you go, I want to flip this so people know not to mess with me, but your energy is inviting people to mess with you because that's what's going on inside of us. That's what we're drawing towards us so that we can transform it. Once I transform it, then my energy will stop drawing them to me. I won't need those teachers anymore. I won't need those things anymore. And then that's what solves it. Trying to get other people, I need them to know not to mess with me. That's inviting battle. Then the hissing cats will come out and you have ninja cats battling. Right? So the solution starts in here and that transforms the outside world. Just trying to transform the outside world is like trying to deal with the symptom, not the cause. But the cause is in here, and that's where we want it because we can control that. We can invest our energy in that and transform it. Then that flows and changes the focus of the outside world. So hopefully that resonates and makes sense there. Um, so let's see what else we have here. Yeah. Your fortune cookie is I embrace the unknown. Roller coaster. I'm not going to sing, don't worry. It says life can feel like a roller coaster of unexpected curves and sudden drops. But this is the nature of the ride, and this is the nature of humanity. The magic happens in the unknown. So throw your hands in the air and surrender to it. You might not understand why you're picking up speed or slowing at each turn, but know that everything you experience is preparation for the next phase. And like we were talking about, right? All this is helping you get rid of that stuff so that you don't take this into this marriage or these important relationships for you. So I like that for you, and that's what they have for you right now, Culture Envy. So many blessings to you. All right. So I did that one there. All right. So I just need to add that there. Okay, perfect. All right, and then Sun and Moon, you are up. Let's grab this here, your timestamp. So this is for 2 times 2 for your 2 clarifiers. So let's jump in here. Make sure I have these in order. Let me take another quick sip. All right. So, Sun and Moon, thank you for your multiple donations. I appreciate that. So, a follow up on the read on BD. Spirit mentioned they've gone through some things. What kind of things will they have gone through to get to the point that we end up meeting in person to open up and go away? Okay. So, what are the things? What do you want us to know here? Okay. And that one. What else? And this one. Okay. Okay. Well, obviously, it's been with relationships with the lover's card on the bottom. We're like, yeah, 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 I know that. But what about that? Right. So let's see here. We've got the Chariot card, Cancer Moon energy with the Eight of Wands, with the movement of Pentacles. So, one thing that is being represented here, the power of choice. There's like this emotional stagnancy, this emotional slowness that comes in here. And the Eight of Wands is a lot of passion. And there's like this, I'm just sitting in this energy because it's like this relationship energy they had. It was like they were caught in this catch 22 with this other person because they're like, in order for me to open up intimately, this is the other person. In order for me to open up intimately, I need emotional connection. But I won't let you connect with me emotionally because of my emotional issues. So it's your fault that I'm not giving you this because I need that. And they're like, but you're not letting me do that. So if I don't get this, then how is that my fault? And they're like, I don't know, figure it out. And they're just like, wow, this feeling of unfairness, this feeling of your emotional challenges, you're having all this impact me, but you're not taking ownership of it. You're blaming me. And I'm like, wow, okay, I get it. I don't trust you. Why don't you trust me? Well, because this other person did this to me. And so I don't trust you. And you're like, how is that me? That's not me. Well, you're that same gender, right? You're all alike. And it's like, wow, okay. So there's like this damned if I do, damned if I don't, and this catch 22. It's like when, well, we hire people with experience. Well, how do I get experience if you don't hire me? I don't know, figure it out, you know? That's the kind of energy they're like, "This doesn't make sense." Frustration, right? Let's see what else. And we got the devil card here. This has to do with work relatedness. I feel, um, yeah, and I like this. We have the Eight of Pentacles, which is putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and getting the fruit of their labor and the sun shining bright. And um, so feeling like you have success in your job and you're going in here, but But what happened here? I got what I've been working so hard for, but I still feel empty. And it's interesting because it's like, um, I feel like they tended to get into like codependent relationships where they're an overgiver, this other person was a taker. Um, but they weren't able to give to them because they wouldn't accept it. So um, they ended up kind of almost burning themselves out work wise, pouring themselves all into the job because I need to feel, I need to have a win in my life. And so I'm going to become a workaholic. And they like, I feel like they work themselves almost to exhaustion and almost to like a emotional breakdown. Um, in work, they got a lot of the shining bright, but I do feel like they reach that burnout and they're just like, "Ugh, I need a different win." Let's see what this last thing is here too. Um, yeah, they got the Justice card and the Six of Wands. There is this, um, I don't know what this legal was there a legal issue that came up here? Because I normally don't get like the Justice card. You think, oh, I'd get court and justice all along, but there was something that had to do with the court system, but they had a victory on it. But it's like having had to go through it took a lot of energy too. And so I just feel like there's a lot of this, the things I had to go through that, and this felt like it was unnecessary, but um, I feel like whatever relationship this was, they had to go through court for something. They're like, really? You're gonna make me do the court cuss and do all this? We can't just do this outside. No, you needed to go through it this way. And you're like, oh God. So I just feel like they had all this stuff of feeling of a lot of unfairness and things that did not make sense to them, which I do believe like you also would agree with them. Like you guys have the same mindsets on how to perceive different things. With these things especially, you're like, yeah, and they're like, huh. I just like being able to be with someone that I don't have to explain something to, that just gets it. And that's a lot of this, you know, things that they've gone through, are things that, some things that you've gone through too. You guys have gone through similar things, not necessarily all that we talked about, but other things that they're just like, you get it, and I like that. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's see what we have here for your fortune cookie for that one, and then we'll look into your second one here. All right, yeah, I like this. I am a source of creativity. Even looking at this is like you guys are just the same brained. I like that. It says inspiring others is effortless when you tap into your own gifts. You possess an unlimited network of creative energy and the ability to create new ideas and solutions. Allow those thoughts that enter your mind to flow freely, becoming tangible objects or goals. So I like that. But I feel like the big energy is that you guys are the same brained. Like you have the same balance of, you know, left and right brain, where I feel like the other experiences they had are people that are just totally, and they're just like, they just don't get it. And you're like, what? How do they not see that? And it's like, well, we're not all built the same, which is for sure. But that's why I feel like you guys, um, really complement each other in that. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. So that is for that one. And then for your second follow up here, um, what's the likelihood of us meeting? And what will be the outcome after we meet? Okay. Okay. So the likelihood of you meeting based on current energies, right? I know with that ever switching, changing energy, right? That they're just bringing back to me. Um, and what will be the outcome after you meet? Okay. And I do want this one too. And this one here. Okay. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Two of Swords, which is always this pathway of battle, this battle between head and heart, which is always fun, And again, they have that left brain, right brain kind of balancing energy, but there is this, when we're talking about possibilities and things, it's like, well, it depends on who wins the war. The heart wins. Of course, you guys are going to meet. It's the brain is the troublemaker, right? Always is, always will be, because it tries to control this. And it's the one with all the rules and the restrictions and the safety things in place to try to keep us from having to, go, you know, uh, go through hell or whatever. We'll see what happens here, but I still feel like it's going back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, this is good to know that eventually the heart always wins in the long run because the brain stops, it has only so much energy. The heart has unlimited energy. It's like, I can do this all day. That's funny. Sassy heart. All right. So, what is the likelihood that you guys will meet? All right. Well, I wonder. I wonder what this means. Two of Cups, hearts joining together. Four of Wands, joy, celebration, joyful gathering, joyful celebration. Gathering. Very likely with all this energy here. And then, what is the outcome after you guys meet here? We got the Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands. You've got the Innocence of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Three of Wands as well. We have a couple more cards, but this energy, the Queen of Wands, is like, of course, whatever we focus on with our energy is what, controls where things go. But this is about whatever the Queen of Wands focuses on, get out of her way because it happens. She makes it happen. Her energy, her focus, let's go. But so I like this. There is passion, there is motion that happens with this. Wands, fire, motion, energy. Innocence of Swords, Page of Swords is clarity, seeing things so much more clearly. With the Three of Wands is a change of direction, the Three of Wands. What I'm seeing with that, because I know you're going, okay, what direction is that changing to? Simmer down, sun and moon to simmer. But it's, all of this sharing of things is like a lot of revelations where you're both kind of like, whoa, we were going to take this big, long, scenic route to get to here. But instead, you guys are taking this more direct route. So with this new information, I do feel like in everything that's revealed, everything that's shared, everything that's felt, it's like, I want to do this. I want to move faster. I want to go do this. And, instead of going, well, let's just take our time and da, 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 and see what happens, unfolds. Like, no, I know what I want. And so let's just do this. And I feel like there's some important, so let's just put it this way. The route is faster than where you were going to go before. We'll leave it at that. How can I leave it at that? Very easily. I'm leaving it at that. No, I'm just kidding. You're like, Brother Zen, I will I will track you down and I will find you. Let's see what the other two cards say. But I feel like they want to leave that a bit ambiguous because they don't want to ruin the meeting coming up and the experience by, it's like, hey, by the way, you're having a surprise birthday party. Act surprised. You're like, but the experience of going and, oh my gosh, wow, it makes it so much more if we don't know every detail. And I feel like in this case, they're like, just enjoy the ride. Okay. What else? Movement of Pentacles. Yeah, here we go. The slow road. But you have the Ace of Pentacles. There's a new destination. And that's like it's still about patience, and the outside world does move slowly, but I feel like there's inner mental, emotional, energetic changes that happen fast. The outside world still goes slow, or so you can, maybe that'll help go. Does that mean we're going to do this? That mean we're going to do? No, not yet. The physical world goes a little slower than, but there's a lot of faster movement on the inner energies. Like I said, my mental choice changes, emotional choice and growth, and energetic, where we're investing our energy in, and actions and passions. Yes, 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 yes. The slowness of the physical world does not include that. That's Juan's energy. All right, let's see your other fortune cookie is here, Sun and Moon. All right. So what else here for you? You're so funny. Okay. Oh, this is hilarious. Look at GPS. My intuition is the perfect guide, but I just really want to go, here's the more direct route, the GPS. Isn't that hilarious? I just love it. It says, trust your gut. There is nothing more reliable than your natural instincts and intuition. Open your third eye and allow it to lead you through your day and in decision making. You are being divinely guided. But I just love that. You can't make it up. Here is the GPS. Exactly what I saw in my mind. Instead of this long here, it's a more direct route. All right. Hopefully that is enough no's for you for this moment. You can always ask more, of course, later. All right. Many blessings. Thank you again for all your donations. I greatly appreciate those. Too funny. All right. Let me grab the other ones here. Let me bring these up here. Okay. So let me grab this here. So SUDESHNA GHOSH, not ghost. Are you a ghost? Hey, have you been haunting me? No, you haven't. All right, let me grab that here. Move that one. All right. Gonna put all your timestamps together. So for number 2 in this session, so you've lost a handbag of brown color, which a friend gifted you. Okay. Please, can you check if it's in home or not? And any clue, or it can be, or is it lost or stolen? All right, let's take a look here. First of all, is it in your home or outside your home? Well, there you go. 5 of Pentacles, the lack energy, the lost energy. So obviously, yeah, we know it's lost. Is it stolen? So what is it? 7 of Swords is the thievery card. So is it just lost or is it stolen? Can you tell me that? Yep. Can you tell me? Is it lost or stolen? Okay. We have the movement of wands. So the fox, the trickster, it does feel like someone has taken it here with this energy, the Knight of Wands, someone reacting and seeing it and taking it. But let me see where, if we can have an idea of where was it taken from. Was it home or a restaurant or someone else's home? The Six of Pentacles. There is someone who's a taker, and I feel like if you know of someone who is a bit of a everything's for me kind of person, I do feel like the familiar energy, so I don't feel like it's a stranger. I feel like someone that kind of feels self-entitled and is, "Gimme, gimme, gimme, and no one gives me enough. I deserve more." I feel like they did it here. We have the Hanged Man, which is about be patient, it will show up, and I feel like you will end up coming across it with whoever did borrow it. That might be the story. "Oh, yeah, I wanted that, and I was gonna tell you, and I forgot." "Yeah, but here it is." "Oops, busted," right? Yeah, again, the Hanged Man, 7 of Pentacles. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, so you will find it. Heart of Wands, Queen of Wands. Trust your gut and trust your intuition on this, but it does feel as if someone took it, to use it, and I really don't feel like they're it's interesting the mentality of this person because it's not like I don't feel like I'm stealing it. I feel like I'm entitled to go, "Oh, that I'm gonna use that for a little bit, and then when I'm done, I'll give it back, or maybe never be done with it, but I can use this." They don't look at everything belongs to like, "Everything belongs to me. The world is mine. I can everything is mine. Everyone's just borrowing it from me." It's almost to that extreme, not that, um, narcissistic necessarily, but it's pretty extreme. So hopefully that helps. Just have patience. You will come across it, um, because whoever this was, you will I feel like you'll visit their home or it's in their car. You'll see it wherever this is that you bump into them. You're like, "Is that my purse?" You're like, "I had a purse just like that." And like, "That is yours. I'm so sorry. I grabbed it one day." They'll come up with some sort of reason like, "I grabbed it thinking it was mine and I kept forgetting to give it to you. I'm so glad you noticed that." Sure you did. Anyway, let's take a look here. Yeah. It says, "I can overcome any obstacle." The signs. Look for the signs. Believe that you can succeed in any endeavor and trust the path will be laid out for you. Any obstacle you encounter on your journey to success can be conquered. What is destined for you will be yours. But the key is perseverance. There's that patience, that perseverance. What's meant for you, if the bag is meant for you, you'll find it. But it's not in your possession right now, so it's not meant to be in your possession right now, and that's okay. It's happening for you. I feel like it's a good message for that. All right. So that's what they have for that one, Sudeshna. We'll circle back around for your other two here in a moment. All right. So the Love 43, you are up. Let me put your timestamp here. All right. So thank you for your donation. And you want to know what events or major changes are coming into your life. All right. Let me take a sip here again. All right. Events or major changes. All right. Okay. We do want those. I do want this one and this one too. That's the bottom of the deck. Okay. Let me just put these out here. You got these 5 I want you to know about, and then these 2 are separate over here. Bottom of the deck. You do have the Star card coming in here, and the Star card is an energy. It's Aquarian energy. It's wishing upon a star energy, but there is the great balancing energy that's coming in here around a dream, and I feel like there's like a major change that's coming is your change of your dream, and the realization of your dream. Sorry, I'm falling off my chair. Um, we'll find out more about that with these other cards here. But the kind of the theme of it is like we grow up with a dream that all these information, all these opinions that are poured into this thing, as someone calls it a meatloaf, the meatloaf in between our ears. And then it comes up with its own, the dream is this, because that's what we think we're supposed to dream. And then the heart is in here going, what are they talking about? What's that brain talking about? No, my dream come true is this. And so there's a heart's dream and then there's a mind's supposed to dream. We know we're pursuing this when we wake up in the morning going, oh crap, I got to go live my dream today. We know that's not our dream. That's someone else's dream. And it feels like work. When we are following our dream, we'll wake up excited for what comes forward, what's next, and not hit the snooze alarm 10 times. And so there's a different energy around it. And I feel like this is a big change that's coming, is because you're letting a lot of stuff go that the mind, I don't feel like you were all the mind's dream. I feel like the heart had begun here in your life to come in following your heart's dream, but the brain had put its little walls up trying to keep it from growing. Oh, no, 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 you can't go those directions. It's like, that's where I want to go. The heart wants to go, but there's these blockades the mind had put up. And these are the blockades that you're realizing and removing. Let's see what this is about. You got the Six of Cups. Yeah, childhood dream, something that you really loved as a child. And I like that energy of play and um, how a child feels like anything is possible until a human adult goes, that's not possible. No, no, no. And we're like, but. And they're like, no, no, no. Punishment, punishment, punishment. If you continue to talk about that, this is who you should be in life, right? So I like that, returning to that anything is possible energy um, on that one. You have the movement of cups, yeah. Knight of Cups, the pursuit of your heart's dream. So again, reinforcing this emotional energy. The Six of Cups is also six of emotion. So there is all this following the child's heart, because the emotional inner child is 7 years old or younger. So what was it that made us excited when we were younger? And how do we uniquely want to share the love in our heart with the world in our own special and unique way? Returning to that, um, I can do it any way I want to. The world is full of possibilities. Yeah, you got the Three of Swords. All these expectations. Here's the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, the must be. That's the mind. Here's the mind trying to kill the heartstream with the swords energy, right? The mental energy. They're like, no, you can't do that because that doesn't match up to what I want, says the mind. So this is this clarity that you're getting, and you're clearing away a lot of the restrictions that you had, that your mind is trying to put over your heart, going, it can't do that. You can ask, why not? Well, because of blah, 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 blah. Mm, there's a, that's kind of a shoddy, we'll say shoddy, uh, full of holes. Your argument is full of holes, brain. Well, but, because they will only bring us the proof that supports what they're wanting, but other facts. Well, what about this? And they're like, what do you mean? Don't look over there. Look at this proof. But look at all this other stuff. No, no, no. Look at this proof. They try to have you focus there. But when you start to question and the heart starts to speak up, then we know, like, there's more possibilities there. Yeah. Here's the inner child of the Leo energy, the sun card. I like this energy of the sun shines bright. It does not ask permission to shine. It does not dim its light for anyone. Um, and it shines bright and it is itself, and it doesn't ask for anything back from anyone. The sun shines, and it's what it is. It is who it is, and you're like, thank you, because of you we're alive, right? But I like this energy. It's abundance, it's success, and it's also shines brightly on your life, bringing a lot of clarity around this. So, looking at the fears, what's holding you back from allowing your heart to flow out into the world in what your own unique way that you want to do it. And movement of swords. So I like this with the Knight of Swords coming in here because it does start off where our brain tries to bully our heart into doing what it feels that we're supposed to do, um, until we, the observer, go, our heart is saying it wants a seat at the table, and that you've been bullying it and you've been, trying to make it do what you want to do. Well, but yeah, because I know what to do. I know how the world works. You're like, okay, well, you've had your time. Now it's time for the heart. We're going to let the heart lead. And now you get to support the heart instead of bullying it. And the mind is like, well, as long as I have something to do, that's all that matters. They're like, fine, I will assist the heart. So it's our change where we put the heart in control, and we're going to follow the heart, and the brain will support it, keeping us from killing ourselves, keeping us from doing stupid things. Because sometimes our heart goes, oh, I want to do this and this and this and this. And they're like, well, let's not spend all of our rent money on that. How about we save up and in 3 months we'll buy that, you know, so we don't get thrown out on the street. Good point. The brain will care for us, but the energy will change from being a bully to being, more support for the heart instead of trying to control it and cage it. It becomes uh, someone who's got the heart's back instead. So I like that for you. Let's see what else we have coming in here. You do have this independent feeling with finances and in the world. This is about you being able to do all this yourself. You don't need help from other people. You're able to accomplish this all by yourself. And the high priestess. High priestess also, she goes off by herself into the high priestess temple, away from the chaos. She connects to the spirit world, gains the clarity from the higher realms, looks behind the veil, has an understanding of things, dives deep into their own emotions and understands the emotional empathic world, very connected to psychic gifts and spiritual gifts too. So if any of this has to do with spiritual, sharing spiritual information, energy, channeling that love energy out into the world in a spiritual capacity, spiritual, you know, community or business or way. I don't know what I'm trying to say that, but with that tint, it's very, very supported. But anything can be spiritual. You can be a manager and make it be the most unconditionally, spiritually energetic flowing manager that there is, and you can still there's no limit again to how you can express it. So I feel like that's the big change that's coming your way here is clarity around the dream, and with it being the north, like your true north, the compass, right? It becomes whatever doesn't fit into this doesn't get energy, doesn't get finances, doesn't get this investment into it, right? It helps you when you have a North Star. If we don't know what we want, we're wandering all over the place. All our energy and our resources are all over the place. But when we find our dream, then it's like, this is what I want. If it doesn't support it, then it's easy. I don't invest energy into it or money or time. This is what I want, right? So a lot of that clarity, I feel, is what is coming your way. So I love that for you. Love 43. Let's see what your fortune cookie says here too. There we go. Let's see what we have here. Is this the one they want? Keep on trying to shuffle and they're like, nope. And I just, for some reason, I am in control. Here's the paper airplane. It says, you are seated in the cockpit of your life, and you serve as its brave and fearless pilot. If you experience turbulence, remember your position at the controls and adjust accordingly to navigate through any trials and tribulations with ease. You have full command of your destiny. Oh, how perfect. Yeah, you're the pilot. You're There's not a supposed to be, should be, need to be. The creator is, how do you want to uniquely express this unconditional love in the heart with the world? There's no wrong way, there's no right way. There's just different choices with different experiences. What do you want? It's like going to a playground and we're going to go play, but then we ask, like, it's like one of our grandparents has taken us to the playground and we're like, well, what do I play on first? Whatever you want. Well, oh, no, there has to be something. There's got to be a way we're supposed to play on the playground. Seems silly, right? Well, that's what we do here as humans. What? How am I supposed to have this adventure? What do you want? It's your adventure. What do you want to do? Where am I supposed to start? Where would you like to start? Where's the start point? Point me to that. It's like a little kid getting, what am I supposed to plant? Fine. Start on the swings. Okay, thank you. Go on the swings. Now what? The slide, go on in the slide. It doesn't matter until the little kid goes, I can go in and do whatever I want. Yeah, go have fun, enjoy it. It's your choice. You're the pilot. So I love that for you. That's what they have for you at Love 43. So many blessings to you. Then Ashvin Ray, you are up. Oops. There we go. So thank you, Ashvin, for your donation. And you'd like a general for July. All right. Take another sip here. All right. What does Spirit want you to know about July? Okay. That it? All right. Bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Cups coming in here. Three of Cups, good energy. It's joy, celebration. And there's also this community type of energy that comes in with that. And I feel like it can be both spiritual and physical. I feel like it's a little bit of expansion into your spiritual posse, getting to know like your guardian angel, your other angels, ancestors. There's like a little bit of heightened connection to the spirit world. But I feel a stronger growth and a stronger joy that comes around as you kind of find your community. You find a group that you really relate with, that you can really connect with, that you feel at home with, that where you can be yourself with this Three of Cups. School of Dolphins, right? You find people that are of like mind and like action and like emotion mainly, with all the cups energy here. Let's see what else for July here. Yep, important relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic, but you do have important relationship that does come into your life. And the Four of Swords it is an energy that I'm picking up of like it's unexpected. It's not a person you normally would be like, oh, if I was going to pick out of this crowd who I would become close friends with, never thought it would be them. But lo and behold, there's this beyond the cover of the book, you're like, wow, who knew that the book cover gave wasn't even close to what's inside the book, and it just kind of is a great fit. And I like that. So just know in this, with this social activity, with this group that you become, that there is at least one really important relationship that clicks and it's totally unexpected. And I like that. Yeah, new journey, new adventure. We like that. Go into this with no expectations with the full card, and you got the movement of cups, which is the Knight of Cups, the movement of emotion, following your heart. And I like this. There's a lot of emotional sharing with all of this energy here, but it is a new adventure. The full card is the first card of the major arcana, the 0, following the world card, 21, at the end of the deck. And that's an ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. And this is the beginning of the new adventure, but it's It's like a child, free, anything's possible. There's no restrictions, there's no expectations. It's just enjoy it. Go on this journey, experiencing the group. Don't go in with, well, it should be this. They need to bring this. I'm supposed to do this. They're supposed to do that. This is supposed to bring that. Let all the expectations go and just enjoy for what is and enjoy it for how it unfolds. Just feels like this is an important thing for July for you. What else? What else? What else? You do have the power of choice coming in. The high priestess is about making sure you are taking a step back, going into your high priestess temple, connecting to the higher realms. In the chariot card, it's the power of choice card coming in here, but I feel like it's really zeroing in on the power of energetic choice, because with this high priestess, you're stepping out, you're stepping back, you're connecting, and the more you connect higher, the more you're realizing that the more you raise your love, unconditional love vibration with gratitude, joy, laughter, play, peace, you know, that's the frequency at which spirit speaks. And when you choose those higher vibrational things, you can hear so clearly. Kind of going back to connecting to that spirit world, what we talked about in the beginning too. I feel like you have a great opportunity for that by how much you choose to turn up your unconditional love and turn down your fears. You can really hear really specifically from spirit, as well. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. So it feels like there's this abundance energy here in July with this. But it feels more like there's this great balancing of energy with the Justice card. Seeing things clearly and differently is an important piece of this. Gratitude is such an amazing high energy power that helps you raise your love vibration. So all of that is below those cards of the high priestess. So when you're looking at, choosing unconditional love, but choosing gratitude, what am I so grateful for about what I have in my life and what I have had in my life? Gratitude is an immediate love energy. It raises it. Bzzz, it raises the vibration, like my sound effects. So I like this for you. It feels like a pretty awesome July. So I like it. Let's see what your fortune cookie says here in a moment as well. You do have the 10 of swords on the bottom of the deck too, which is about letting go of expectations, all that, the thinking that we think are the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, the must be, letting go of all the trying to please others and that things are supposed to be and go a certain way. It's just about release and allowing you to enjoy what is instead of trying to control what isn't, right? Always fun. Let's see what your fortune cookie says here. So what else? Okay, this one. You've got dope. Dope. I am dope. Dope means cool, great. You know, it says you are a unique individual and your originality makes you extremely dope. We have a purpose and a path that is vital and tailored specifically for you. Remember to recognize yourself as special and wear this confidence proudly. Yeah, just don't try to fit in with all this. Go and be yourself in July. Go, this is who I am. I'm going to hang with this group, but I'm not going to try to be something I'm not. I'm going to be me. I'm going to attract people who can appreciate that. And that's where I feel you do meet that best, like a close friend or a close relationship, because you do click because you're being you. You're not kind of, if we try to be like everyone else, we blend into the crowd. But because if you do choose this to be true to your unique self, then you do um, stand out, and that's how you're noticed. So I like that for you. So that is what they have for you, Ashvin. So many blessings to you. All right. Okay, and then SUDESHNA GHOSH For your final two for this session, this will be your timestamp here. All right. So, Sudeshna, for your next question, you have any unexpected blessings coming your way or any surprises? Well, they won't be surprises if I tell you. I'm just kidding. Let me take a sip here. Oh, I know I'm so goofy on Sundays. You're okay. A lot of times I'm extra goofy on Sundays just because I've been in spirit doing readings for like 20 hours. All right. So let's take a look here. Any unexpected blessings coming your way? We're going to steer away from surprises. Blessings, unexpected blessings. That will be the focal energy. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, you do have the Ace of Cups. We'll dive more into what this means here, unexpected blessing, because the Ace of Cups can represent our self-love, can represent new emotions too, and they are very related to one another. When we find our self-love and raise that, we do have natural happiness because that's what makes our heart happy. It's what it's hungry for is unconditional love from above. And so when we give it that, they're like, oh, yum, 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 yum. When we try to fill it with the bitter, sour waters of the outside world, I don't know if you've ever seen someone give a lemon to a dog. They're like, bleh. That's what our heart does to that. Let's see what else we have here. What is this blessing here? All right. This is leaning toward the unconditional love because you have the Fool card, which is a new adventure, but you have the higher self here. The lion is your human, the infinity symbol. Normally there's a maiden on the strength card, which does represent your higher self. So there is this energy of a new adventure and getting to know more about who you are and your connection with your higher self. That's where we're the chalice we fill up through our higher self. They're like the spigot of the universe, all communes with this human character through our higher self. And so I feel like that's a big piece of this unexpected blessing of being flooded emotionally with this higher love, and you're just like, wow, right? So what else we have here? Yeah, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. I like this self-care energy, self-love energy. This little battle between the head and the hearts with the Five of Swords, but this wonderful expression with the Three of Pentacles of being true to the authentic you kind of energy. So this is cool. I like this. This nurturing, returning to you, your mind having all this, this is what you should be doing and sacrificing yourself and all this, but it's about coming back to your heart and being true to you energy. And this is like this blessing where you just feel like you know it up here, but the blessing is when it drops in here. Because we have this when I know something, but then when I know something, right? If that makes sense, it drops into your life in such powerful ways that you feel it in all of your being instead of just being a concept. It becomes practice, it becomes experience instead of just a concept. So I love that. Four of Swords, yeah, peace of mind comes in, this beautiful resting, that the struggle between the head and the heart just becomes this wonderful joint, um, beautiful partnership. Yeah, and Four of Cups. So both the head and the heart, you have this stabilized energy that just feels so calm and so peaceful. And I know I was like, that's a blessing. I feel like that is a blessing for you, right? You're like to be emotionally and mentally just in this place of bliss and peace. I feel like this is just a great result of connecting to your higher self and connecting to the higher realms and feeling that. So I like that. Take some time to connect with your spirit, your higher self, and you'll be like, what's happening? Because it's going to even be more amazing than it has ever been. So that's the unexpected blessing. Is just feels like the where you might have been getting like little sprinkles of that love from above. It's like whoosh. They just pour a big bucket of that love, and you're just like, wow, I love that. Yep. Look, I choose love. I love that. I don't know if 143 means anything to you, but that's just like when people are loving you know, a message of some sort. It says, love is divine energy, and you have an endless capacity to share it. Strengthen, you had the strength card, strengthen your heart and mind. There's that heart and mind, and consciously act out of love to create an aura of appreciation and peace. When you deliberately choose love in all situations, you're making the decisions to approach life with compassion and understanding. Wow, I love that. All right, so that is for your first one. Not your first one, but your first of this one, and then your last one here. So thank you again for all the multiple donations that you've made. I'm blown away. Thank you so much. So grateful. Oh, I like this. So I have finally sent him the birthday message. What did he think of it and how did he feel? All right. So you sent him a message, not in person, but through text. All right. Let's take a look here. So, what did he think of your birthday message? Okay. And how did he feel? So, thinking and feeling. I like how you're splitting those out into separate experiences because they are different experiences, different energies, right? On the deck, we do have the Four of Cups, which is emotional stability. It's a good energy. We'll see here specifically though. What did he think of it? Heart of Swords, balance between head and heart. Five of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Transformative energy. This waiting to respond energy here. I don't feel like he's waiting to respond, but I feel like he's very busy this weekend. And so he's like, he will respond to you. It's just going to take time. You know, if you see the loading, when things are taking forever to load, you know, with that little tick, 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 tick. Now, the Five of Pentacles, we talked about this, I believe, Spirit's bringing it back that, you know, this is the belief of lack, of not being enough, not giving enough. And that's their feelings of like, I have to give so much to deserve to get a little. And I feel like they're like, I don't, um, you give more than I give you. And that is what triggers is this, I haven't given you enough to deserve this, you know, kind of energy. But it's a balance between the head and heart. I don't feel like it's like, oh, you know, extremes. We'll see what their emotions are, what's going on in their heart, but their brain is going, the brain is what keeps score, you know. Oh, like, did they miss your birthday? Or oh, like, I don't contact you. And like, oh man, I failed in this. I'm not a good friend. Or, you know, um, it just reminds them of where they feel like they're falling short in a way with their mind. Emotionally, we got the Heart of Wands, Queen of Wands. So that's positive energy there. Innocence of Cups, Page of Cups. Their heart was happy with that. So it made them spark. It made the heart spark with the Heart of Wands, Queen of Wands, and then the Innocence of Cups. Seven of Cups, a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of great happy emotions, But it's that guilt, energy that comes in with that. But then again, here too, temperance, balancing energy. They're just in a very balanced state here too. With you know, I don't feel like they're like woo 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 or rah, rah, rah. They're just kind of like things don't impact them very like they don't go to extremes. I just feel like they're kind of just someone that kind of goes along. Um, and it's like, did you disconnect your emotions? Did you have a lot of what is it when people get um the shots, where they can't move? Botox? Does he get Botox? I can't see emotional changes because I can't move my face. But they're very just and I feel like there's a lot going on, so they're kind of pacing themselves too right now. But it feels doesn't feel like extreme reaction um, in either space there. So interesting, right? Let's see what the fortune cookie says here. What else to know about their response here? What do we have here? I am patient with myself and others. Yeah, please take a number. Which is kind of feels the energy, like I was saying. They're very, very busy. They're like, all right, oh, another present, another text, another birthday wish, another this, another that. They're like, take a number. I got a long line of people contacting me. So I feel like that's why the delay in response, because they're just like, wow, says the universe works on its own time. Be patient, open, and understanding, and you will begin to strengthen your ability to accept things as they come. Trust that everything will happen exactly when and as it should. There you go. All right. There's the adding on to what we were talking about, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, Sudeshna. So many blessings to you. All right. And then lastly, this wasn't in my other list, but I have Johanna Jojo for and this is one of my praying mantis members. So an oracle, since I didn't get to you in our session. So uh, let's grab your here. So Johanna, I put yours at 12727. You wanted an oracle. I feel like I want to give you an oracle of summer, which is going to be from the Seasons of the Witch Letha Oracle. And so let's see what message Spirit has here for you. All right. And you got the Sun T, card number 41. There's your bird. Slow, intentional, delicious interweaving with life holds more magic than you think. Maybe you should get the parrot. It'll slow you down, right? So this energy is slow magic, calm living, and simplicity. Sun tea is slow magic in the most delicious way possible. Just fill a mason jar with fruit and herbs and let the sun gently extract precious nutrients. It's the easiest form of folk, FOLK, healing, a wonderful way to nourish your body and mind. Whether you're doing it for physical or spiritual reasons, sometimes the biggest magic is found in the smallest acts of bliss. Simplify, simplify, simplify. Less is more when pulling the Sun Tea card. Don't make things harder than they need to be by introducing too many options, too many steps, or too many people, or maybe too many birds, right? Oh, little parrot. In a world where everything is maxed out and amplified, this card advises you to keep things as uncomplicated as possible. Rather than focusing on doing more, scale back and do less really well. A chocolate cookie with brown butter, slowly aged whiskey, basil, and artisanal sea salt sounds lovely, but so does a good old fashioned chocolate chip cookie baked to perfection. Yum, it does sound good. Adding extra layers is fine when the foundation is good, but otherwise, it's just a busy mess that's all bark and no bite. There's no rush to move things along faster than is necessary, so you can slow down and rest assured that you aren't missing out. Don't feel pressured to go out when you don't feel like it or say yes to an opportunity just because it's available, right? Feel free to say,
No, no, no. 1,000 times no.
the whole world doesn't need to be famous or rich or eccentric or living life in the fast lane. No lifestyle is bad or wrong as long as it fulfills your needs. Wow, I love that for you. So that's what they have for you, JoJo. And there you go. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So that is the last of my donation readings. So thank you guys again so much for those. We'll begin the free readings now. These will go a bit faster, of course, because they're just 1 to 2 card readings. We'll start off. We have one of my YouTube channel member free readings. So we have Livier Vergara. You are up first. So Livier, grab your timestamp. And if you ask Philip for support, will he help you out? Will he help you out? All right, here's your 2 cards. Let's see what we got here. We do have the Heart of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. Yeah, this is positive energy. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, birthing, harvest. The 9 of Cups is like dream come true. So it does feel here very positive energies, both of the cards together. It's like, yep, yep, yep. It does feel like it will here. Really nothing to add to that either, because there's nothing that you have to do except nurture yourself and feel that I deserve help and I'm going to ask for it, and and be open to it. So I love that. Easy breezy, short and easy, Olivier. Yes. All right. So many blessings to you. Let me bring some of the other free readings over here, and we will jump into these. Thank you guys again so much for all of your patience in getting to your readings here. I know it can take a while to get to them, so I am very grateful for your patience. After I'm done, I will have a pinned comment listing the order of all the readings and the timestamps. So you'll be able to find your reading. Just click on it and it'll go right to your reading too. All right, let me just scooch this up. There we go. So, Day with the Jewelry. Hello, hello. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, Day with the Jewelry, whatever comes out. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay, let this and this. You've got the, all right. I like this 4 of Wands and the Hangman. The Hangman represents like a transformation, something that's been slowly building, slowly transforming, slowly coming to pass or headed towards you. The 4 of Wands is a joy and celebration kind of energy. And for me, it's like there's this gathering of celebration, or this experience of joy, meaning it was worth the wait. There's joy for this thing that's been taking forever. It's like a caterpillar in a cocoon. It's like, wow, how long is it going to be in there? And then when it comes out of the cocoon, it's like, oh, what a beautiful butterfly. And that's the kind of energy that comes in here, is whatever this thing is that's been taking like forever to come around and happen. You're going to be like, oh, wow, so worth it. It's so worth that I waited for it. Like, I didn't take something out of the oven too soon, and then it's like flat, or it's all dough instead of fresh, delicious baked bread. Like, I'm so glad I waited that extra 5 minutes. So good, right? So that's the kind of energy that I feel is coming in here for you. You'll probably know more about what this thing is that's been taking forever. They keep on wanting to do it that way, because you're like, yeah, I know what that is. Well, here comes the fruition. Here comes the joy from the waiting. So that's what they have for you at Day with the Jewelry. So many blessings to you. And then Crystal Day, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Crystal's Day. You'd like a money reading. So let's see, what does Spirit want you to know about the money? Well, this looks good for you. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is a great card because that means the wheels are turning. And the Eight of Pentacles is that kind of that same energy. Pentacles being the suit of coin and abundance and money. And the Eight of Pentacles does show having put in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and putting in the action and the energy that the wheels are turning and the conveyor belt is on. It's bringing you you're going to start to see a little bit of the fruit and then more of the fruit and more. So it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. But you definitely have this switching and changing of things in your favor regarding money. And you've been putting that in. Continue to do the work because it's like you're spinning the wheel. It's bringing the stuff to you. And you're going to start to see the stuff actually getting to you and more and more and more amplified as the weeks go on as well. So I love that for you, Crystal's Day. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Eagle, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Eagle, you'd like a general for next week. Let's take a look here. All right. So you do have the Ace of Wands and the Spirit of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot. Now, Ace of Wands is about taking action, motion, putting forth your energy, putting forth your creativity. And of course, the King of Pentacles is a great energy of abundance and fullness. So it's definitely worth it here to put forth that energy. Something about the energy, though, with the combination, King of Pentacles being like abundance, it also can represent gratitude. And when we have the Ace of Wands, it's like, where am I investing my energy? Am I focusing on lack? Am I focusing on what I want, what I feel I need? That's all lack energy. Because if I don't have something, if I feel I'm lacking something, then I want something to fill that lack. I need something to fill that lack. So want and need at the core is lack energy. And of course, fear and any lower vibrational energy, we draw more lower vibrational things in. But the gratitude, of course, is higher vibration. And so if I focus in on what I have now and focus on gratitude for that, and then focus on what I have had and the joy I had when that stuff was coming into my life where I had it, gratitude around that, have energy invites more have energy. And I feel like that's what they're kind of guiding you for next week is your energy has great opportunity to draw in abundance. Whatever you're grateful for, you can draw towards you, whether it's love, money, health. You're focusing on what you are grateful for, not what you feel you need or want, because that's, again, lack energy. We focus on it, we get more lack. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude is their focus for you for the next week. All right. So that's what they have for you, Eagle. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Butterfly A, you are up. Let's put your timestamp here. There we go. And you want to know, are you going to make friends or find love at the school that you're in now? All right, let's take a look here. First, we'll look at friends. Are you going to find friends? Okay. And are you going to find, oh, they don't want that one. Are you going to find love? All right. Will you find friends? You do have the Justice card here. And it's a positive energy. Libra, balancing energy. And especially around school, and the Ace of Swords is all about learning and growth. I do feel like you will make friends there, but there is a caution of don't just let anyone be your friend. this Ace of Swords is look at it from a higher perspective. One, let go of expectations of who someone's supposed to be, should be, need to be. Just go, you know what? I'm going to allow spirit to bring me the friends that are for me, but balance it out. And so I definitely feel like there's people that are going to come your way, but don't just go, does anybody want to be my friend? I'll take whoever wants to be my friend. It's like, no, be choosy, but not judgmental or have expectations, but just like use your intuition, use your, what do they used to call it? Just be aware. I can't think of the word right now, but it's like, it's not discretion. It's, you just trust your intuition, trust your instincts and go, no, it doesn't feel there. It's either going to be like, or not there. So the ones that aren't there, just, you know, they can be acquaintances, but not, someone close. Will you find love in the school year now? No, not this year. The Four of Swords is focus on your studies. Focus on studies and friends. Don't look for love. Let those expectations go. All this is about, both of these, you have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Swords, expectations with these Three of Swords, and the expectations are on one side of the scales. It's like let all that go. Just enjoy the experience this year, enjoy making friends, enjoy the adventure. Don't let love screw that up this year. Save that for next year, but not this year. All right. So that's what they have for you, butterfly. There'll be plenty of time for that later. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Suri Amanda, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And financial and work reading. Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know about finances and work? Okay. Oh, I do feel like they want this one. So finances, you have the Hanged Man. So your finances are going through a transformation, and it's a good transformation. Just going to take a little bit of time for that to grow more and more. It's like the caterpillar in the cocoon. It's taking time for the beautiful butterfly to emerge. So, just trust the process, trust that it's growing, focus on the gratitude for what is. That's what we can do while we're going through this transformation. If I focus on lack and, um, that I need more, I want more finances, I actually push it away from me. The more I sit in gratitude in the moment, grateful for what I do have, what I have had, that allows us the attraction to draw more of that in rather than pushing it away. Because when I focus on lack energy, I get more lack, right? So I feel like that's important when you're going through there. Work-wise, you have the Eight of Cups. There's this energy about be aware of where you're investing your emotional energy at work and what relationships and how much you're investing in there. Um, because it's like you're over investing in some relationships at work, which doesn't allow you to have new experiences and grow other important relationships at work. So it's about bringing all this energy that you're investing and kind of doing an emotional inventory of where all that energy is going. And again, with that other energy, if I'm focusing on that work about what I hate or what needs to happen, what I want more, like I want a promotion, instead, be grateful. I'm grateful for what I have in my work right now. If I've had other promotions in this job or other jobs, I'm looking back when I got that promotion, see that, feel the emotions you felt when you had that, and have gratitude around it. And as you do that, you draw the things that you're grateful for in work and in money and in love and whatever else we focus on. So it applies to any area of our life. Gratitude is an expander, lack is a diminisher, right? So that's what they have for you right now, Suri. So many blessings to you. And I did finish I did your donation in the earlier session. I did get to that if you didn't see that. All right. So against all odds, you are up. Ooh, yours was 144.55. Look at those repeating numbers. So, hi, what are the Virgo's true intentions with you? Is he the one? You are actually the one for you. But are they the human one for you? Yeah, okay. I get it. So what are Virgo's true intentions, and are they the fated one based on current energy? Are they the one that you will end up with for the rest of your life? All right. Or theirs. If they make you angry enough, right? So Virgo's true intentions, we have the Innocence of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. So they are looking for heightened opportunities, heightened worth, heightened feelings of wholeness that's there. Is he the one? The Six of Wands doesn't feel like the one. Six of Wands is mutual passion with Wands energy, but that doesn't, give me the feeling of like, oh, they're my forever rest of this lifetime person, because it doesn't feel like they are, wanting more. This, the Innocence of Pentacles, the energy I'm picking up, we can approach love in a couple ways, right? Two ways. One is we go live our life and we're living our passion. And while we're living our passion and enjoying life, we bump into someone else who's living their life and living their passion. And we bump in doing something we both love. And then there's a spark between us. And then we spend more time together and a relationship organically grows. And then it turns into this loving relationship. And then we're together forever or whatever, right? Or the other one, which is more this Innocence of Pentacles page, is where I feel like I need to fill a position of love in my life, right? And because we're taught I need to have someone in my life. So it's like I'm a boss and I'm running a company and I need to fill a position. So I'm putting out an ad for employment, which is like what, dating sites, whatever. I'm looking for love. I'm looking for someone to fill this position. I'm accepting applications, uh, meaning I'm dating. I'm doing background checks. I'm checking their social media. And then after the interviewing and all that, we're like, well, this seems like them. We hire him for that position. We found out they lied on their resume, and then we have to fire him and then look for someone else. That feels like work, and that's not love. That's feeling like we're empty and I need something to fill me up. I have a position available in my life and I need to get someone to fill that. Two different energies, right? This one is really what love is about. The other one is more about how I'm trying to define myself. That's what's going on with this Virgo. So I don't feel like they're the one. I feel like you're learning a lot about yourself through it, and they are a stepping stone toward the one, but they're not the one. So hopefully that helps a little bit there against all odds. That's what they have. So many blessings to you. All righty. And then Supernova, you are up. So hopefully you got my response and I got your message about the other one. Sorry that was confusing. Sometimes spirit, boo, boo, boo. So the question for this is, Kurt, sometimes, a question for Kurt. So sometimes you feel like your body is corroding. Are my eyes right? Corroding from the inside, and it's tough to deal with your stomach condition. What words do they want you to hear? What can I do to help yourself out? It I think it says it makes you lose your mind sometimes, drives you crazy. Yeah, the pain and all that. Anything Kurt wants to add to it, because it can bring on depression, and despite dealing with constant pain and aches, you want to keep going. Yeah, absolutely, right? Even if it hurts or you're sick or you still want to go through with your dreams and stuff, being sick don't help. Yeah. 19 years old. I know you're almost 20, right? And suicidal at times, yeah. And you but you never follow through. Oh, with that, because I know I wouldn't, at least intentionally, but despite all cosmetic. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So, of course, when we talk about things like this, I have to, in the United States, tarot is not designed, it's designed for entertainment purposes, for fun, for, suicidal tendencies. Definitely seek professional assistance with that. For medical conditions, I'm not a medical professional either. So seek medical for that. Ultimately, everyone makes their own decisions for themselves. So I accept no liability for anyone else's decisions, of course. So all of that said, we will look into this here. But definitely, I know you've been going to the doctor for your stomach, but get a medical assistance. If you have suicidal thoughts, please seek um, counseling or whatever is available for you, to someone in person to help with all that, and see if they have solutions there for you too. So I feel like that's what's important. Kurt would say, yeah, I should have done more, or not should, because he's like, now over there they don't believe in should. So he goes, I could have been more active medically. I could have been active more, you know, going to a counselor and stuff, and dealing with my emotional stuff too, because all of that combined impacts our physical body. And he's like, I could have done all that. So if you have the ability to do it, even though I know it sucks, do it, is what he says. Let's see what else he has here for you as well. What can you do to help? What can you do to help yourself in this situation besides those things, right? Yeah. So you do have the Spirit of Swords is the King of Swords, the master of the mind. They are reiterating counseling, with that, because they are the masters of the mind, is what we can call them. They help us figure out our mindsets. They help us get into things that help turn things around. So that definitely is something that they've talked about for a long time. And they don't want to feel like a broken record, because Kurt doesn't like breaking records, but a bunch, because he's a musician, right? But he's like, counseling, you're asking me on my opinion, counseling, right? And the universe is the ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure, and letting go of the old expectations, the old thoughts, the old beliefs, limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that come in with that as well. I like the bottom of the deck. You have the Strength card. You're never alone. This is your human supernova, nova, and then your higher self. And there's this beautiful joining together. Allow your higher self to become part. Even have the Two of Cups, which is about creating this close relationship with yourself and your higher self, and listening to the guidance, listening to where you're being drawn to do all this too. The more we focus in, whatever we focus on is what grows and expands, right? And so if I focus on what I am grateful for, like if I'm grateful for, it's like for body, I'm grateful for the things, make it a habit of gratitude around what is working well in my body, and having gratitude around it. That grows health. You know, I don't want healing, because if I want healing, that means I'd like to heal from things. So my energy will constantly bring me things to heal from. I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for healthy eyes. I'm grateful for healthy ears. I'm grateful for healthy arms. I'm grateful for healthy legs. I'm grateful for healthy this. It's health, 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 healthy. And then that expands that. Same thing with my mental health and emotional health, and again, physical health and energetic health. But whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And I feel like outside of them saying, get medical, make sure you're doing everything you can medically, everything you can psychologically, and then whatever you can do energetically yourself is I can control my mental choices, my emotional choices, my energetic choices, and my physical choices. I'm the only one that controls that. I'm not at the whim of the world. I'm not a baby in a baby seat in the back seat. I'm the driver of the bus. So where do I want to drive my life? I am the one that is going to do that with my actions, my power of choice. And I feel like that's what he's saying. That's the greatest power we have as humans, realizing that I am the one that's driving my bus of my life and no one else. And so if I'm not driving the bus, no one is, and where does it end? Up in the ditch. Right? So that's what they have for you, Nova. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Sending you lots of love. Hang in there, my dear. All right. Let me move some more of these over here. We'll continue with the free readings here. And thank you guys again so much for your patience in getting to your readings. Okay, I think those will do here. Let me take a sip. All right, mustache. Okay, here we go. Drink a little too much there. All right. So Jennifer Morales, you are up. So Jennifer, you want to know, will Carlos return soon? Is that Jesus's brother? I'm just kidding. Jesus, Carlos, Jesus coming back. Anyway, just jokes. I'm a little bit goofy on Sundays, more than usual. My apologies. So is Carlos returning soon? Based on current energies, not soon. We have this. The Two of Cups recognizes, yeah, that, they're an important person in your life, of course. But the Five of Pentacles is this belief in lack and um, not being enough, not having enough. And so there's some mindsets that have to change. Um, and it can be for both of you, as well. Um, because when we're focusing on what something isn't, then the isn't grows. So if I have like expectations about what the relationship should be, like who they should be in a relationship, what the relationship should be between us, what I should be in the relationship, um, and just who I should be in my life. That's a lot of work, a lot of expectations, and we end up focusing on what something is not being instead of gratitude for what something is. That's lack energy. When I feel like I need something, like I need them, I want them. That energy actually pushes them further away. And same thing with them to you, with their energies, and it works out with anything in our life. But the more you focus in, the thing that you can do with this situation, when I'm focusing on lack, like I want Carlos to come back, I'm actually putting up a wall that makes it harder for them to come back. What I can do, I can't make them come back, but I can make it easier for them to return, which is focusing on what I'm grateful for. Do I have any interactions with Carlos now? If I do, I focus on what I love about the interactions I have with him right now. And then I also focus on what I have had with him in the past that I've loved, not stuff I don't love, the stuff I've loved and I'm grateful for. Then I just sit remembering it, focus on the gratitude around it. And when I'm grateful for it, that draws it in, that allows it easier to come to me, right? And it grows that instead. Now, if it's not meant to be that they come back, then they won't come back. But it puts you in this time frame now where you're learning to be grateful for things that if you and Carlos are not meant to be together, then what you're learning now is how you'll act differently in your next relationship, right? So it's a good opportunity to do that. So hopefully that helps, Jennifer. We can ask in another one if you guys are meant to be together or something like that too, if you're wanting to dig deeper, if we haven't done that already. Um, so hopefully that helps. All right. But not based on current energies, it's not soon. Okay. So many blessings to you, my dear. All right. Then we have Patty. Hey, Patty, good to see you. So is the prospective employer still intending to contact you and offer you the position? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, are they still okay? And offer you the position. So they still intending at contacting you and offering you the position. I do hear with the contact in we have the Justice card, which has the Ace of Swords, which is the energy of contacting. It feels like here with Libra energy, it is balancing energy. It's like eventually, yeah. And offering the position, you do have the Innocence of Wands, the Page of Wands, which is new action, heightened action. It's a positive energy. So this would be for me saying that they will contact you to offer you the position. Just this Justice card. Let's see, what energy are we in? I think we're far away from Libra. Let me see. I just want to see when the moon moves into Libra. Actually, we're not a ton away from that. The moon moves into Libra on July 1st. That's not really not too far away. That's a week from Tuesday. So could be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday-ish, because that's the moon is in Libra around there. Just that's Libra energy with the Justice card, why they drew me to that. So I do feel like that. So I feel like they are going to contact you, but it might be the beginning of July, is kind of what I'm feeling right now based on current energies. So I like that for you, Patty. So many blessings to you, my dear. Right. And then Alicia, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. There we go. So, Alicia, recently you gave your NEST exam. Will you be able to clear your NEST exam, and will you get in college in, is that in June? Let's see here. All right. Or in college is PUNE, is that a city or something? Well, Spirit knows. That's okay. We'll just look at, will you get into it? I don't need to know where. All right. So let's take a look here. Number one, are you able to clear and pass the NEST exam? And will you get into college here? All right. Innocence of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, abundance, harvest. So yes, that is an affirmative. You do pass this exam. And do you get into that college? You have the Sky Father, Aries energy, Emperor. I was trying to think of the Emperor, which is positive. Aries is new birth, is a positive energy. I feel like you're going to have a choice too. I don't know if there's just one college you're trying to get into, but the Emperor energy is like, I get to decide where I want to go. I make the plans, I put my energy behind it, rather than because they've got all these advisors around them telling them the blah, 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 and the should and the supposed to, and this is where you should go, this is what you should do. And they're like, okay, thank you. But where I want to go is this. It's like you clear the throne room, you decide, where is it that I want to go to college? All right, I'm going to make the plan. I'm going to put the energy and let's go. And then you do. So I feel like it's important for you to not just go where you thought where you're supposed to go, but where do you want to go? Where do you really want to go? And then I feel like you apply there and you get in there. So hopefully that makes sense. But I like that for you, Alicia. So many blessings to you. All right. So here we are. And then Victoria, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Victoria Uber Ramirez, a general. What does Spirit want you to know right now, my dear? What do they want you to know right now? Okay. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Wow. What a beautiful combo. Aces are so powerful. They're gifts from Spirit, but this also is a focus of whatever you focus your energy on, you get the reward for. So, and we talk about this a lot, I know, but I feel like they're really emphasizing it, focusing on it. Like I can say that word, focusing on it. because it's like you have this heightened ability this coming week of whatever you focus on. You know, normally higher vibrational stuff comes in quickly, lower vibrational stuff, it comes in towards us, just not as quick as higher vibration. But next week, everything is amplified where higher vibrational things come in speedy quick and lower vibrational things come in quick too, because it gives you the opportunity to really, you know, that whatever you focus on grows and expands. But when you put it into practice and you're seeing it, when I focus on this, whoosh, oh, wow. When you focus on this, whoa, wow. When you unfocus on that, it drifts away fast as well. And then whatever you refocus your energy on comes in quick. It gives you the ability to learn this and apply that, this knowledge, to have it be this knowing and having experienced it. So I like this for you coming up. So really, I would probably put a note every day when you wake up. Focus on what, or be aware of what you're focusing on, because it's going to come quick. So that's what they have for you, Victoria, right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Ashu, you are up. Whoops. It is acting up there. There we go. So Ashu, patyal 1111. So you want to know Anush's current feelings for you, and will he contact you in the future? All right, let's take you. Okay, there's their feelings. And based on current energies, will they contact you in the future? Okay. So their current feelings for you, Ace of Wands, wah, wah, wah. I just put that back in the deck, came flying back out. So there is energetic and physical attraction. It's passionate energy. So they are drawn to you in that way. There's not emotion there yet. You know, they have this draw to you though, uh, through other places. uh, will they contact you in the future? You have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is it's a peace of mind. It doesn't feel like they're in a hurry to do so with this. It just feels like they're kind of just riding the waves right now in their life. And I don't feel like there's a whole lot of action energy because they're really resting. I feel like they've had a lot going on in their life and they're reaching this pocket of like, okay, I just need time to regroup, recharge. And then I feel like that. So feeling more July, possibly they'll contact you here. Because this four, I'm feeling like 4 weeks seems too far away, but 4 days seems too soon. Um, so somewhere between 4 days and 4 weeks, but probably more in mid-July. I feel like they're going to be, you know, relaxing and recharging right now, trying to get their head on their shoulders and trying to, like I said, recharge and relax and just kind of go, okay, I need a breather. Now I have energy to give. Let me reach out. So I do feel there's attraction there. And we'll see what goes from there. So that's what's coming in right now for you, Ashu. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Marie P, you are up next. Let's grab your time stamp. There we go. So Marie, what does Spirit want you to know about Wally and your relationship? All right. So in this moment, what would you like Maria to know? Okay. All right. Well, don't you love to see when you get the Lover's card and the Two of Cups energy? You know, it is an important relationship here. And the Nine of Wands does talk about perseverance. You know, it's like they're encouraging you. You know, you're learning a lot about yourself. You're learning a lot about this. It is a destined relationship that you guys have had. Um, the Nine of Wands is sometimes there feels like there's this barrier and it's hard to get through, but there's this perseverance. Just, you know, don't knock your head on the wall trying to get through it. Just be aware of it. knowing that the barrier will open up when it's time, but sometimes the door is locked because there's a hungry lion behind it that will devour you. And it's important to wait, because while that door is locked and while that barrier is up, it's giving you time to learn and to grow. It's giving them time to learn and to grow. It's also giving them time to put away that roaring, hungry lion, so that it's a safe journey. It's a productive, abundant journey, instead of a scary journey running away from a lion and getting bit. So trust the timing, and don't, you know, sometimes in the original tarot, the Nine of Wands, the guy that's standing there has a bandage around his head because he's been hitting his head up against that wall over and over. Don't knock your head up against the wall. Just go, be aware of it. You'll see it open up and you can step through it. You don't have to keep testing it with your thinking, with your brain. Just trust that it will open up, and enjoy and persevere at this time. So hopefully that makes sense for you. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Right. Then we have Ashish. You are up. So Ashish Balkaran. I know I murder that every time. Why do I do it? Why do I continue? Because one of these days, I'm magically going to say it correctly. So any advice you can get from Spirit about your life path? Absolutely. Let's see here. What does Spirit have here for you? Okay. What advice? Oh, I just put that back in. So the advice you have here, you do have the Five of Swords, which is like this battle between the head and the heart. And the Two of Cups has to do with the relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be between you and a lover, but it can be between you and a friend, a family member, a coworker. Could be a relationship with your higher self in the spirit world, relationships of whatever kind. And the Five of Swords talks about, conflict comes up between relationships when we have these thoughts, these supposed to be's, should be's, need to be's, these expectations, right? Of what we got poured into our little brain growing up around the story of what something is supposed to mean when it happens. And so we have all these beliefs and we're like, no, this is what things mean. Well, we didn't learn the same thing as everyone else. No one has had the exact same life. Even my twin nieces, even though they went to the same school, had the same parents, they didn't have the same friends. They didn't have the same every class together. They didn't have all the same experiences, so they have different lives and different thinking too. And so when we have this thought of this is how things are supposed to be, someone else has a different opinion of how things are supposed to be. When we are trying to prove that my small t truth, rooted in opinion and fear, is more true than their small t truth, rooted in opinion and fear, that's where we get conflict, right? But this Ace of Swords here, because these are someone's opinions, but when the Ace of Swords that's the capital T truth, rooted in unconditional love and joy and laughter, and it's of the upper realms. When we're pursuing capital T truth, it does not need defending. The only thing humans defend are small t truths rooted in fear, because we feel they need defending because it can be proven wrong. Whereas capital T truths just are like the creator of all things loves us unconditionally and eternally. Someone goes, no, they don't. I'm not going to need to defend it. I'm like, okay. Enjoy your life of conditional, temporary love. If you want, that's fine. I know there's access to something so much bigger and greater. I don't have to defend it, right? I can just enjoy it. And then when I'm pursuing that higher knowledge, that higher capital T truth, rooted in that unconditional love and gratitude and peace and love and fun and laughter, I don't care about trying to prove my small t truths is right or wrong anymore, because I'm not interested in those. I'm focused on the higher vibration. So I feel like for your life path, that's an important thing to realize is that, there is a higher truth. We come down here to experience small t truths. It's like this giant tapestry. If it was all beige, I wouldn't see the designs here. I wouldn't even see the design here that's in beige. If it was all black, I wouldn't see all the, the design in black, right? But it's having the contrast and realizing there's no right or wrong. There's just different choices, different perceptions that bring different experiences and different outcomes. Nothing's right or wrong, and we don't have to try to prove anyone wrong. It's about turning inward and upward and following that capital T truth of unconditional love. We're not broken. We're not, you know, there's nothing wrong with us. We just are, our journey is burning away that which is not us. I'm burning away that which is not me, my true me. But all this other small t truths and these beliefs I've been packing on my whole life, I've realized those aren't me. So I'm burning away and removing those things that are not me. But I don't need to do that for anyone else because that's their adventure, their journey. So hopefully that helps a little bit for your life path right now, Ashish. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Right. Let me bring over some more here. Sorry, I think I almost have them all. Maybe. Just a few more. It's a couple handfuls more to go here, everybody. So hang in there. We're getting there. All right. So Benita Bala, you are up. Let's grab your timestamps here. Or timestampa. So tap into your parents' energy and how they will feel to know that Sean has an interest in you. Oh, okay. So we found out how his parents feel. Now we're going to find out how your parents would feel. Based on their current energies, they're ever-changing people, So if they found out how Sean is interested in you, how would they feel? So mom, okay, and then that was mom, and that's dad. All right, let's take a look here. Well, let's just look at them together. Yeah. So we do have the Spirit of Swords, which is the King of Swords, and the Strength card, Leo energy, which is the inner strength, and it's good energy here. I feel like they are more like your parents are more looking at the expectations thing here. How do they match up? Do they have what is good for you? Do they have the capacity to care for you? It's like it feels like your parents are more unemotional about it and more what is it called? Not transactional, but they're more like looking at the mental side of things, the the logical side of things and looking at it. The strength card, this Leo energy is coming through as they're like, well, he's handsome. You guys will make great grandchildren. I like that. It feels positive. It doesn't feel like there's any, but I feel like there's not like this big emotional response from it. More so, they're going, yeah, I can see this. I can see this. They'll look at it on paper, how this looks more so than the other, and they're like, yeah, these will be, great grandchildren. You guys will make great babies. So that's funny, but it is. They feel like they're nice looking. We'll have pretty grandchildren, handsome and beautiful grandchildren. But I do with that Spirit of Swords, it feels like more that they look at that from that standpoint than the other. So not big emotional or "Rrr," they're just like, okay, yeah, well, let's look here. Well, this is good. This is da 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 da. They approach it very logically. Interesting. Right? So that's what they have for you, Benita. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Cat Goddess, you are up. I like that there. So let's see. Here's for you. I wore a cat shirt. No, I'm just kidding. So what can you potentially expect for the month ahead? So based on current energies, what heads up do they want to give you about what you can expect for the month ahead? All right. You do have kind of a change of mindsets that's coming in here with the movement or the Knight of Swords. It's about a quest for clarity, a quest for seeing things from a different perspective. And the Ten of Pentacles is a variety of things. It's about the outside world mainly because it's about relationship with a human being. It's about what abundance means. It's about fullness of life. And it just feels like there's some challenges around your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you've had from the past. A lot of questioning kind of energy that I feel like you're going through and doing this month ahead, which does bring you that clarity, does bring you that balance, allows you to see things from a couple different perceptions around what does success mean in these different areas of my life, with love, with relationships of all kinds, with education or career or job or body or possessions or money. Just it feels like you're going through a big questioning period and seeing things from different perspectives. But a lot of clarity is what you can expect for the month ahead. A lot of where there was indecision, you'll get clarity. Where there's confusion, clarity. Where there's really this is what things mean in the story I put to things, questioning it and transformation of it too. So a lot of mental transformation, I feel, is in store. So that's a big theme for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. Right. And then Kitty Cat Black, you are up. Another kitty cat. Just had Cat Goddess. So you like my shirt? You said, "Oh, purr, you love it." So I love my cat shirts because it reminds me of our inner child and its pet hissing cat. You know, when we're in our defensive mode, we do hiss a little bit. And then you wanted a general reading. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know right now. Kitty Cat Black. So we have this one, and they want this one. Okay. All right. Wow. With the Three of Cups and the Eight of Wands, this is a ton of connection and messages from the spirit world. Three of Cups is one of my cards that represents community and joy and different things. But when I get this combination, the Three of Cups does represent your spiritual posse, your guardian angel, your other angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, fairies, unicorns, whatever you believe, these powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love on the other side. It's your spiritual posse. They're there making themselves known. And the Eight of Wands is a ton of messages coming into your life. So I feel like they'll be in like the outside world. So you'll see bumper stickers or license plates or signs. You'll get emails with, like junk mail with the title, whatever stands out to you, or you overhear a conversation in the outside world. So there's this energy that you get and you pick up on this, right? And you're like, wow. And then you also get mental messages coming in. And so if you're not thinking about, someone that's on the other side and all of a sudden, psh, here comes this memory, it's because they licked their finger and tapped your brain. I'm just kidding. They didn't do that. But they are bringing back this memory to let you know they're always with you, but they're reminding you that they are with you. And spirit can just drop some messages and answers and creativity and solutions into your brain too. Energetic, feeling energy flows and emotional flows too. So tons and tons of messages coming to you from all over the place. If you're wondering, I wonder if that was them. If you're wondering, it was. Because if it wasn't them, we wouldn't wonder. But if we're wondering, I wonder if that was them. That is the spirit world connecting with you in great ways right now. So that's what they have for you, Kitty Cat Black, right now. So many blessings to you. Alrighty. And then Tim Melagem, hello, sir. Hello, little buddy. my little bro. I am 6'4". That's why I call you little bro. I'm not sure how tall you are. I just always imagine that I'm taller than everyone else. They used to call me the Jolly Green Giant. I know, how rude. But I took it as a compliment. All right, Tim. So thank you so much. I love your sense of humor. Let's see. So you had here your discernment is going more. Oh, discernment is the word I was looking for earlier. So thank you. Now at least you'll be able to sleep. So after seeing there's no future with the latest wife candidate, 2 dates in and done. Another happy Sunday. You're waiting on a party invite, but in the meantime, you're trying to bring the party on and happy within reasonable limits. I love that. Always a great attitude, Tim. I appreciate that. So you've misplaced your old wedding ring, or was it stolen? Okay. Let's take a look here. Someone else had something in a purse that was stolen or borrowed. So let's see here. Was it misplaced or stolen? Let's find out that first. Okay, this is that. And then will you find it later, or is it just gone? So let's take a look here. Was it stolen? You have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles doesn't feel like stolen energy. It feels like more misplaced. Let's see, will you find it again? Yeah, Movement of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords. New clarity, new information coming in. I do feel like you'll find it here. And sorry, I was wandering around in your life with my trying to find your ring. How long was I gone? But I was like, okay, where is it at? You will find it, but this movement of thought and belief, it's almost like, let me backtrack in my mind. Where was it last that I saw it? Where did I put it? And I feel like there is this, because with the Ace of Pentacles, this is newness in the outside world. You just sold your house. Are you packing things up and you're moving things? Did you just dump some stuff into a box or something? Because it feels like you'll find it at your new place. But you can, with this Movement of Swords, you can ask your spirit team to go, all right, you guys are always around me. Show me, please, where I put that. Please bring it back to me. Please drop it into my brain. They'll drop it in like a memory of going, oh, I remember where it is. They'll do it like that. And they'll do that. It's amazing. One time with my first relationship, they had a briefcase that they had the little locks on. And Spirit was like, there's something in there you need to see. And when they came home from lunch, I go, hey, do you mind opening that up? Because I was cleaning out the packed room and closet with all that stuff in there. And they're like, why? And I go, well, I'm thinking of I was trying to be sly. I'll use the briefcase instead of having a little pouch because it bends my, folders and stuff. They're like, well, why don't you get a new one? I go, I don't want to get a new one if I try it. And I'm like, ew, I don't like this. So if you open it and I can just empty it out and I can just borrow it, if that's cool. They're like, no, let's just get a new one. I'm like, why don't you just open it? Like, why are you being silent? And then they blew up and left because, of course, they were hiding something. So I sat down in the middle of the room and I put the little briefcase and I go, you guys are always here. What's the combination? 3 numbers. And I about crapped my pants when I opened it up. And it wasn't anything like, I'm like, why don't you just do it? What were you ashamed of or afraid of? I understand later why they were, because what was in there. But they were even more shocked when they came back and came upstairs and brought the briefcase and said, well, open it up because, they had taken stuff out and put a stuffed toy in. And we're trying to make up around it, And when he had changed the lock numbers, and when I open it up, his his chin back hit the table too. So what all that to say, you can ask them and they will show you that it's possible. So clear your mind. Go, all right, all my spiritual posse up above, can you just drop it in there? Let me remember where it's at. So hopefully that helps, Tim. That's what they have for you. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Ankita, you are up next. Hey, Ankita. So should you stay away from the person in your mind? Yes. No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. Just jokes, just jokes. We're getting close to being done here. So you guys just have to put up with me for just a little while longer. Let me just move these up here. So Ankita. There are no shoulds in the spirit realm. What we'll ask is, we'll pull one card if you stay, one card if you don't. See what energy is in alignment with what you want, because there's just different choices with different experiences and different outcomes. So if you stay away from this person that's on your mind or was on your mind hours ago, and then if you don't stay away from the person that's on your mind, it's this one. All right. So if you stay away from them, Spirit of Cups, King of Cups, balance between your head and your heart. Well, that's telling you something. If you don't, it's just a cycle. The cycle continues if you don't stay away from them. Whatever that means for you, and I feel like you get it. Like, oh, it's just going to be the same old, same old. Once it just back and forth and back and forth, runs out of time, you do it, more runs out of time, you switch it again. You know what you do with the little hourglasses. It will just be a matter of time that you'll end up staying away from them anyway. So it's up to you. It's either now or later. If you want to learn more lessons and go through more cycles, sure, go hang around with them. If you don't, then you have peace of mind, peace of heart, balanced head and heart. So it's up to you. There's no wrong choice. It's just like, what do you want to endure? Do you want more torture? Go for it. All right, that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Zara, you are up. So Zara, what will August look like for you? Anything exciting? Let's see what Spirit has here for you. Of course, it won't be all inclusive. Free readings are just 1 to 2 cards, but we'll see at least one or maybe 2 things. Let's see here. What do they have? All right. Wow, 2 number 3s. So 3 is a number for you. You have 3 of Cups, which is joy and celebration, and the Earth Mother, which is the Empress, which is about birthing and creativity and harvest. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It is a month of nurturing yourself, doing things for you. Following your joy, I feel, is very encouraged for you to do it. It's a month of, you know what? I get to put me first. I get to go do things I love and enjoy. If you are not part of like a little, if you don't have like a best friend or 2 or a little small community of like-minded people, the 3 of Cups is also that you'll be meeting at least one individual, maybe 2, that will draw you into this supportive, like-minded individuals, like 3 peas in a pod at least, and they might even be a part of a bigger group. But you're going to have, so if you don't have like at least 2 close best friends, you're going to be getting these individuals coming into your life here. And I like it because it's for you, it nurtures you. It's not like friendships that you have to always give and give and give and give to. These are equally giving. You guys get one another, you keep each other accountable. And I like this for you. I feel like if you're not in a relationship, this is a precursor to helping you create a foundation of finding a relationship, which means that you have these people that'll keep you anchored and grounded, where they're like, did you meet someone? Yeah. How do you know? Because you're starting to shrink away, and uh, your light is becoming dimmer, and you're like, oh no, yeah, you don't have to do that. Remember, be you, and they help us stay true to our authentic self and not lose ourselves in a relationship, but allows us to date. And that's why I feel like that's a foundation for it. So that's a nice, exciting thing, because it's one, if you don't have this, group of friends, that you will have this, but it's a foundation for what's to come too. So I like that. Right. So that's what they have for you, Zara. So many blessings to you. And then Marion, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Marion, anything good coming towards you soon? You feel like there's just been sadness for so long. All right. Yeah, we could take a look here. Something that can help transform when we're in that, because we all go through that. We all have, this human experience is a giant adventure theme park, but it's full of fear rides. So there's so many opportunities to pull us into fear, and which underneath sadness, uh, fear is the root of sadness. It's the root of all of our lower vibrational emotions. At the root is fear. So there's a lot of opportunities to do that. But when we're ready, we can choose gratitude, higher vibration, unconditional love, joy, laughter, play, peace. Gratitude is an boosts our energy and changes our love vibration, because whatever we focus on is what we draw in. So when I get drawn into sadness, I can be stuck thinking about sadness and focusing on sadness, which grows sadness, keeps me in sadness. But when I'm ready, it's like they're reminding me, if you ever saw Dances with Wolves, where Kevin Costner is a cavalry guy. He falls in love with a Native American woman, and she had lost her husband, and she was in mourning, and they were falling for each other, but she's in mourning. She can't act on her feelings till the magical day they decided, the chief, her father-in-law, I guess it was her father-in-law, was like, this is the day the mourning is over. And on that day, sadness was gone, and she came flying out and wearing all white and jumped into his arms and kissed him, right? I think that's the way it went. But that's like, it's almost like Spirit saying, and then we'll look at your cards too, but choose a day. Sadness ends this day. The mourning, like crying, mourning, I think that's the way you spell it, is over, and gratitude and happiness and joy begins, right? So I like that. Yeah. Yep. The death and the rebirth. Here it is. Here's the widow. Here's the I'm putting an end to that energy, and I'm choosing a different one. There's nothing wrong with lower vibrational emotions. There's just different choices with different outcomes and different experiences. When we're done, like you're like, I'm kind of done with sadness. Well, great. You have a different choice that you can make. You don't have to stay stuck in it. Seven of Wands is being true to your authentic self, not dimming your light, shining bright, stepping forward, not needing to defend yourself, but letting your taking a hold of the energy and where you're investing it. And that's what expands it. So I like that for you. I feel like this is empowerment that allows you to choose that. So I love that. Especially that Dances with Wolves scenario in there, if you've ever seen that. All right, so that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right, and then lastly but not leastly, we have Daisy D. So I grabbed your timestamp here. So Daisy D, happy to see you as well. Sorry you had to wait so long for your reading here. So is Jay possessive over you? He's a colleague attracted to you. Oh, okay, let's take a look here. Tap into their energy. Are they possessive of you? All right, let's take a look here. I don't feel here. The Heart of Swords is the Queen of Swords, which is someone who's balanced between head and heart. And the Seven of Pentacles is a card of the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, which shows patience that's there. So it doesn't feel like they're the kind of person that would be possessive. to that jealousy or to that, because it does feel like there's this balancedness that comes in with this. So they're just, taking their time, being patient, allowing things to unfold. It just feels very, I mean, kind of healthy with their energy. They don't feel like there's a need to own or control or hurry up or that. Just getting to know, allowing things to unfold, allowing the fruit. They know you can't rush things. So that's the kind of energy I'm picking up there. Not really a possessiveness. Um, I feel like I'm just trying to see here because they've got that balance between head and heart. The head would be the one that would try to control. I'm just trying to see what energies that might be giving you are they being controlling or are they being possessive? I do feel a little bit of Capricorn energy with them, where I feel like, especially at work, in the work environment, they try to really be things, they like structure. Um, so that might become like they try to define things. So there might be a little bit of that's coming across, but you might look into that and go, how am I being possessive over myself or over them? Or, this mirror that you're seeing, where does that exist? Where does possessiveness exist somewhere within you, either towards yourself, something, or someone? Because it might be a mirroring impact for you too. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear, my dear. So many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much for all your patience in getting to your readings. That's it for today. I'll be back on Friday for more free readings. If you want to join us sooner, I will be here on Thursday night for my YouTube channel members. I have 2 levels, Zen Cricket $2.99, Praying Mantis $7.99. All that information's down in the description box. I also offer personal readings. All that information's down there too, if you want something sooner than that. Until then, remember, every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have some fun. Because why are you being so serious? It's a playground. Go play. All right, everybody. I love you much. We'll see you soon.